are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
How you doing, Skip?
How are you, Jenny?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, all I know is live from Los Angeles last night was Tom Brady.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he just took over the hood that he lives in, featuring LeBron James. Is he still, or did he move out of Brentwood now? I don't know.
All that good stuff that happened last night. Philly won, and this is what you talk about. The
I
start.
can't wait for that one.
Yeah?
I bet you can't wait for that.
It's interesting.
I can't wait for this one,
For
too.
this one, we have a
I
lot
can
to
wait
get
for
to.
that one.
Yeah.
You bring up both LeBron and Tom Brady. We're going to talk about that while the Lakers start listening to LeBron. And is Tom Brady now a late-night TV star? Because that interview, Shannon, we'll get to your opinion. But we are going to start with the NBA playoffs. The Sixers and Raptors came into Game 3 tied 1-1, but last night was all about Philly. Joel Embiid went off last night. 33 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. He even put an exclamation point on the game with a windmill dunk in the fourth quarter. After the game, Coach Brett Brown said, quote, "We can talk about a windmill dunk, but I go to defense. He is our crown jewel defensively." The Sixers blew out Toronto to take a 2-1 series lead with Game 4 Sunday in Philly. So, Shannon, what happened last night?
Joel Embiid happened. In 28 minutes, Skip, he was 33 and 10. And if he's going to give you that kind of production and that limited amount of time, Toronto has no chance. He was dominant from the word go. And now you got Jimmy Butler, who's clearly their second option, playing extremely well, 22, 9, and 9. Ben Simmons chipped in, Tobias Harris. All their guys are playing really well. And what's concerning, Skip, if I'm Toronto, I've only got 2 guys playing well, and that's Siakam and Kawhi. And Kawhi has been phenomenal. I didn't see this from Kawhi. I didn't think he had this in his game, Skip. But when you look around, basically they're getting 6 guys to score in double figures on a nightly basis. That's what the Sixers are getting. And Toronto, the only 2 guys are playing well, as I mentioned before, Skip, is Kawhi and Siakam. Kawhi and Siakam playing well. The rest of the team is shooting 30% from the floor, 23% from 3. Skip, Kyle Lowry pulling a Copperfield again. He disappeared right before our very eyes. And, you know, magic, they say magic is the art of misdirection. No, he right there. I see him. He just disappeared right in front of our eyes. Nobody, you know, pulled a rabbit or distracted me or anything. And Serge Ibaka and Van Vliet, they're becoming almost unplayable. He has to play them because there's only a certain amount of players that's on your bench, Skip. The thing that made Toronto so good in the regular season, Kawhi can miss 20 games, and they seemingly didn't miss a beat. Now he leaves, it goes downhill in a hurry. You look at Serge Ibaka, Van Vliet, Powell. Skip, they're awful. Kyle Lowry, it's awful. Marc Gasol is awful. So basically, it's 2 on 5. Kyle Lowry's like, well, I got to give Kawhi more help. No kidding. Really? How long it took you to realize that, Kyle? Because we've been saying that for the longest time. This is, unless they can find an answer, and the thing that's really working well for the Sixers, Skip, is that it's 2 days in between. So that gives Joel Embiid's knee an extra day. Now Game 5 is only 1 day in between.
True.
So this is your opportunity. But I don't know, Skip. If they can't find a better answer for Joel Embiid, they're going home in 5 games.
So I'm hearing in Mr. Sharp's voice today that the guy, Shannon Sharp, who jumped off the Sixers bandwagon has jumped back on the Sixers and off number 2's bandwagon?
No. Not yet.
You were driving number 2's bandwagon.
Not yet, Skip, because hey, guess what? This is what happened. Okay, Game 1, what happened Game 1? Toronto blew them out.
Yeah.
Game 3, first game in Philly, Philly blew them out. So let's see if Toronto's can flip the script and do to them what Philly did to them in Game 2 and Game 4. See if they can flip that script.
So you're not flipping your choice here,
Not yet,
right?
not yet.
You're still driving number 2's bandwagon?
Kawhi, Skip, he had it going last night. Did he look good?
I'm glad you brought that up because I don't know, maybe your TV broke. You live in a much higher stakes neighborhood than mine. Maybe, maybe I lost power. Maybe you lost power. I don't know. But it seems to me that you did not watch the fourth quarter last night, or maybe you just swept it under your little carpet that you have over there that you sweep many things under. Because to answer Ginny's opening question, what happened?
What happened?
What happened last night was, yes, Joel Embiid happened for sure. But in the end, What happened was number 2 did not happen. That's what happened in that game last night, because I'm going to remind those who did watch the game carefully that number 2 did lead the charge in the third quarter, and he was extraordinary. And you made one great point. I've never seen him do that before, because he is shooting it at a much more consistent level than he ever shot it for my San Antonio Spurs, on whom he quit last year. But I won't get into that at this point. But he was extraordinary last night for a little while. And that little while was in the third quarter, and he made all 6 of his shots, 6 for 6. And they went on a 25-14 run. And early in the fourth quarter, they cut it to 7 points. And it felt like, to me, that Toronto had regained control not only of the game, but of the series. It felt like they were just going to steamroll through the fourth quarter and run away with another victory and total control of this series heading into Game 4. And what happened right on schedule? Number 2 did not happen. So guess what happens there? We saw Brett Brown in the between quarters interview on ESPN, and he just looked crazed to me. He looked tortured. He looked like he had seen a ghost. He looked shell-shocked. He was sputtering and stammering, and he said, I'll just paraphrase, but he said, "We have just lost all of our defensive focus." Well, I don't know what he said in the sideline huddle, or maybe Jimmy Butler, who seems to be the new leader of that group. Somebody said something that pushed all the right buttons in all of the Sixers, because they exploded on Toronto out of the gates in the fourth quarter. They went on a 21-2 run. So remember, they just given up a 25-14. Thanks to your guy. He's your guy, he's not mine. And all of a sudden, Philly goes kaboom, 21-2, and ripped it open to a 26-point lead with 5 minutes left in the game.
Where was my guy?
Woo!
Where was my guy? Did my guy start on the bench in the fourth?
You know what? I don't know where he was, because
you do know.
You know what?
You do know.
He pulled a Copperfield. He pulled a Copperfield. Poof! He was gone. He went right up in smoke, and everybody said, "How did you do that?"
Gone.
He disappeared. Would you believe in that 21-2 run? That guy, number 2 up in Toronto, formerly of the San Antonio Spurs, he scored none. He scored 0 points. He took 2 shots and missed both of those shots. He did make 2 free throws later in the game in garbage time, so he had 2 total points in the fourth quarter with 0 baskets. He made 0 baskets. This is the guy I've been telling you about all year long. Cannot trust number 2.
You can't.
He'll always be number 2 to me.
Because he left your team, Skip. You need to get, first of all...
Last night, he played like number 2.
You need to get past
he did.
it. So you're not going to give Joel Embiid any credit in this.
I am. I love Joel Embiid, but this is what happened, is that number 2 didn't happen. It's indefensible. It got swept under the carpet because the Sixers were so explosively great. And obviously, I've been telling you all year, post-LeBron, now that LeBron is playing in the much tougher Western Conference, the new beast of the East is clearly Joel Embiid when his knees don't ache to the point that he can't jump anymore. Last night, to your point, I don't know how they fixed it. I don't know. He said he's taking 6 treatments a day.
Wow.
I'm not sure, but they got him comfortable enough that he had some movement last night. Not like the movement I saw a year ago, but some movement. And last night, he just strokes. When he's stroking threes, which is not all the time, but when he makes 3 out of 4 threes, you're in big trouble.
So and that's the thing, though, Skip. He shot 50% from the floor, 9 of 18. 75% from the three-point line, 90+% from the free throw line. Well, if he's playing like that in 28 minutes, Skip, what is Marc Gasol going to do? Marc Gasol have to give you something to offset that. Okay, he was a former Defensive Player of the Year.
He was.
I can't tell you.
It was a long time ago. It was 2013.
But it's still on his resume, Skip.
All right, it is.
Okay, what about some points?
I thought he was really good in Toronto against Joel. But Joel was not only he not only had knee ache problems, arthritic problems, but he had stomach flu.
So what about can we get more than 6 points? Because we got to get something to offset that, Skip. If you're not going to make him work on the other end, he's going to do what he's been doing, which is playing weak side and contesting shots and altering shots in the paint, because he doesn't respect Marc Gasol because he's giving you 6 points. Kyle Lowry, bruh.
What did I say yesterday? You can never trust him in any game of any magnitude. What did I say yesterday? You said, yeah, I know, because it was always
going home.
It was always against LeBron. Every time LeBron walked in that building, they genuflected. They dropped to their knees and said, we are not worthy, King, right? That's what kept happening year after year. It was same time next year between him and DeRozan, who came up pretty small for me in game 7.
There you go.
Well, he just...
What about the first 3 games?
It's who they are.
What about the first 3 games?
Well, Kyle Lowry's capable in some game that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He'll have some big
These matter.
night. I'd say this was one of those turning point games where you need to turn it on. And I told you yesterday, is it a good thing or a bad thing that he is going home to Philadelphia where he played for Villanova, right? I think it's not a good thing.
2 for 10, 0 for 4. Skip, that's minus 28.
Man. Okay, but did you trust him going in? No, you didn't.
But Skip, I thought he'd give us more than that.
I didn't. This is right on schedule for me.
Okay, what about Serge Ibaka? What about Van Vliet? He got that contract.
Once upon a time against my